to face the media following General Bojang's sacking, but first we'll begin with the newspapers. The Standard newspaper is reporting that GAP splits, COVID-19 frontline workers strike causes chaos, NAMS blast firearm importer for violating gun laws in the Gambia. Yankuba Toure wants his wife and others to testify by video link. Brufut native seeks Dabo's intervention in Combo land crisis. Let's take a look at some of these stories in detail. The Gambia Action Party has a split. A moving political drama yesterday ended in an acrimonious split in the leadership of the Gambia Action Party, otherwise known as GAP. The party announced it has expelled flag bearer General Lamin Bojang, who had addressed a press conference to say he was charting his own way and alleging a conspiracy among his colleagues.
Fathers of the Gambia live in harmonious society without any difference that contributed for the rise of the Gambian flag and fall of a Union Jack. All tribes are important in nation building process, and we represent Gambia and no tribe. For the effective service delivery, system proper governance structure must be implemented, and GAP promised to tell it with all certainty and honesty. At the very beginning of GAP, we promise absolute truth, absolute trust, transparency, proper and effective administrative procedures, accountability, and shall be opened in all matters relating to the people. For many people who think that our better days are gone, we prove them wrong and will continue to do so in possible ways. A GAP-led government cabinet shall guide the government reform agendas for the common good of all the people. Our technocrats shall tirelessly support the process without bribery, corruption, or acceptance of demonic gay and lesbians rights in the Gambia. To meet this target, Anti-Corruption Commission and security sector reform shall equally be in high gear. We resolved to bring about rapid and long-lasting development to the lives of the people, as well as the advanced socio-economy status of Gambians through the implementation of effective national development programs that will support the youth folks, women, and differently able people living in our society. For the Gambia to emancipate from the current status, the sovereign owners, I repeat with emphasis, the sovereign owners must take charge of the desired values and destiny of this country. GAP is inspired with vision for true democratic governance to be cultured in this nation. Accelerative and sustainable socio-economic development gains must have to be realized to enhance accessibility to the welfare needs of the people, as well as empower them to be able to engage into self-reliant and self-development initiative undertakings that will mold the future of the unborn generation. Towards this endeavor, a robust approach will be made available to ensure that all the citizens in Gambia achieve international standards. To meet this target, agricultural and investment banks will be available to ensure business entrepreneurs and infatigable farmers are given credit lines that will be paid at the end of the agreed period with zero interest. In doing so, Gambia will compete in the global markets and the economic growth and the revival will be realized. Laws are made for men and they must be protected, respected by all people within the organization. GAP as a political institution and a government in waiting is bigger than and better than all the citizens, regardless one's intellectualism or personal preferences for excellence. The Constitution of GAP empowers the executives to make decisive decisions based on the party's well-being and interests without infringement on people. The Constitution that empowers the Executive Committee to have appointed Lamin Bojang as the party presidential candidate or flag bearer is the same Constitution that empowers for his dismissal. Then none of his followers or himself talked about betraying him. Now they talk about betrayal without reflecting what he has done. We thank him for the services that he had done during his tenure as the presidential candidate or flag bearer. But there is a clarion call that we must answer for the betterment of both parties. We have proofs beyond reasonable doubt that Lamin Bojang always disrespected the guideline principle of the party. We thank him to have insulted the very people who contributed towards making who he is today. Again, we thank you for your unprofessional comments meted out to our executives. Accusing the people for the action that you are involved is like blaming the nurse in the hospital for an aeroplane accident. We chose to remain silent on this regard for the respect of our Lord old relationship, who shall respond to any further allegation from his camp. We wish him all the very best in his new train, and always remind him yourself of respecting your colleagues in the struggle. Be rest assured that GAP is like an ocean. Let me put an emphasis on this. Be rest assured that GAP is like an ocean, and a cup of water won't reduce anything from it. To the general membership of GAP, we want to reassure our commitment to all persons in the Gambia, our unflinched support wholeheartedly. Whoever wishes to extend his support to Lamin Bojang, it's a decision entirely vested on you, as we believe in the freedom of movement and association. GAP as an institution is here to stay and shall never crumble, even whereas everybody vacate. We thank everyone who made it to this press conference. May the divine protection be with you all. Thank you for your kind attention. In conclusion, I want to extend my profound greeting to one of my dearest sister called Fatumata Rahman Koka, who lives in Sweden. If I offended you, forgive me. I love you, my sister. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, thank you so much. We have heard what the statement entails, delivered by our Honorable SG Musa Yali Bacheli. And without wasting much of your time, due to time factor, I would just, yes, as he's doing, distribute the statement, and from there we could start the question and answer session rather, so that we could do it as fast as we can, and we proceed. So as I mentioned before, the rules are we cannot allow more than 3 questions per media house. So please, if you can make sure you have your answers ready, so that we can start. So where will I start with my answer? And okay, yes, let us start with the film. Let us be gender bias today. So, Madam, yeah, the floor is all yours. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My question goes to you, Mr. Bacheli, as the party leader and Secretary General. I have 2 questions, actually, and my first question is, how do you distance yourself from this entire debacle? General Lamin Bojang hasn't directly mentioned your name, but the question on everybody's mind is, what is your involvement in this whole issue? Because some people think that the man was set up by the party simply because they intend to bring in Omar Biai as the flag bearer. How do you respond to that? My second question is, the issue of General Bojang is something to do with integrity. Now, you've had your runnings with the law, you've been accused of certain things. Why is it different from this, and why do you have to stay? But why does General Bojang have to go? Can you give us the distinction, and why was it necessary for him to leave? Thank you.
Thank you, madam. What's your name again?
Sajo.
Sajo.
Let me fix the mic. Sorry. Sorry, guys.
Sergio, if you are legal-minded, if you are truly legal-minded, due respect to you, my personal business has nothing to do with GAB. I have not committed any crime. I was doing business based on contracts. That has nothing to do. And if anybody feel like to put an allegation against me, the reasonable doubt will be proven to me. Your question is, Omar Bia is not power hungry. Omar Bia is not power hungry. Omar Bia wanted to form his political party. He has he has his money, he has his ability, he's competent. He was ready to form his party, and we met. I spoke to him. He's a concerned citizen, responsible and indivisible citizen who was ready to form his political party. Due to the interaction with me, and I convinced him, if he was a power hungry, he would have formed his party. To him, people say that I wanted to make him a flag bearer. That's baseless. So, do you have another question again?
No, but how do you distance yourself from people who believe that you were the one who set up General Bojang so that he could be removed from the party as a flag bearer?
How can we, when I say we, with the GAP executive, we make him who he is, we unveil him. I invested a lot in this party with my executive. How can I set somebody? I'm a Muslim man. Going through the records, if you listen to Freedom, like I said, General Bojang was here to accuse. We're not here to accuse, we're not here to defame, we're not here to sustain, we're here to protect him. He has the right to feel whatever. Let him prove we are involved. Courts are here, let him prove it. And we prove him we are innocent. Thank you, ma'am.
My name is Fatih Drame. My name is Fatih Drame from Block TV Gambia. Okay, my question is. Sorry. I am Fatih Drame from Block TV Gambia. My question is to you, Mr. Bachili. Okay, despite the fact that there are internal accusations that this attack is from within the party, don't you think it was too much? That is something that Allah only knows. It is Allah who knows. So I was thinking, don't you think it was too hasty for your party to come out and expel Mr. Bojang from the party without a proper independent internal investigation?
Basically, when these rumors happened, we called for an emergency summit. Okay. 3 days in advance. It was announced by Fatu Network on Wednesday last week that we should have an emergency meeting on Saturday. All the executives were present. 20-30 minutes before the meeting started, he texted me. I approved that, please, I cannot make it because I have a family meeting. I can even talk on behalf of him. The whole executive came, we spoke, and we agreed to suspend him. But let's give him a year, let him talk, the side. We don't believe in side talk. Everybody wants to hear from him. We called him. I want to make things clear. We called him and he was on speakerphone. And we said the executive has already come to a point that we made our decision. But we want to hear from you. The following day was Sunday. It was raining. Some of the executives live in Brikama. Some live Buzumbala. Some live Old Yundum. It was raining. They could not make it. Few executives came and made it. He came on that Sunday. We want to tender. We heard him. After hearing him, we want to tender his suspension letter. He pleaded with us for 48 hours. It's all proven. We have records on it. By that time, the resignation letter was submitted to Standard newspaper to be published on Monday. He pleaded. One of his friends called Usman Kamara said he's going to sleep in my house. I said, you don't need to. We are Muslims. We believe in Allah. We will never defame or stain anyone. I called the chief editor of Standard. Said, please stop the editing. Don't publish it. and they stopped. 48 hours was starting on Monday. Tuesday, on ethical, he called, that was yesterday, he called a press conference without due process. And he started accusing us. And then the constitution of the Gambia Action Party is the supreme body. It's power than us. Whoever violated, and especially allegation against the party, even if Bachili, he will be expelled from his position immediately. Is that clear? Thank you.
Yes, can you go?
Yeah, hello. My name is Ibrahim Jami from Faster GM. I have two questions in particular. First is, have the GAP party already made any nominations or put forward any consideration as to whom to become your next flag bearer? My next question is, your party has been smeared from one scandal to another, either from since its existence, either from being money being taken in false pretense, and to the recent issue of your flag bearer. I mean, do you have any chances coming 2021 elections? Does this discourage your chances for the 2021 election? Thank you.
If we're about to be screened, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I don't take nobody's money. I don't take nobody's money. And with due respect, I would have even think that you guys will ask me about the vision and mission we have for the nation. Not smear campaign against us. Smear campaign against us cannot lead us. But the visions and the mission that we have for the country will lead us to the betterment of Gambia. To me, and if you are scared to be talked about, then don't go to the game. But Chile is not scared to be talked about. I'm like a manure. The more you talk about me, the more Allah elevate me. You understand? GAP is here to remain, and GAP will be the next government, inshallah. So, we don't select any presidential candidate yet. We are screening and we are scouting a competent Gambian who's ready. A competent Gambian who sacrificed for the nation betterment. And if Allah help us, we send a person, or he or she, will elect him or her. For now, I remain the Secretary General and Party leader. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Fatou Samba. My name is Gambian Talents TV. But dama buga laajte suma question bi si olof parce que xam naa ne ñu bari ñuy seetaan du ñàkk ñu dégg olof bu nga xam lu bari loo xam ne dafa war a leer. Moussa Yali Bathily gis ngeen ne seen parti bi right now ñu bari ñu ngi jaaxle si li nga xam ne mooy seen parti bi maanaam am na ñoo xam ne sax dañ lose hope si parti bi fan yii yëpp yéen ay headlines si internet bi everywhere. Gis ngeen ne tamit li nga xam ne moo nekk yéen seen parti bi ki nga xam ne mooy général Lamin Bojang bu mooy ñëw bu ngeen ko buggee taana biñ demee si seen press conference wax ngeen lu rafet si moom ne nekk na koo xam ne ku ñit óolu la nekk na koo xam ne suñ ko taxawalee mu nekk président yi dëkk bi dina mun a dem foogu leen ne ndox mun na moo dal ku nekk ñu bari ndee wax ku nekk si bu gudda mu ngi si bu gaata waroon naa rafet yéen as a party moom su defee wrong ñu ne two wrongs cannot make right maanaam ñaar yu mistake daal warunta toppante foogu leen ne waroon ngeen ko doon bàyyi ngeen ñëw oo ko nga ne ko balaa ngeen a toog ngay def blame games ak nu ni mel moo gënoon ngeen génn ne da ngeen ko expel beneen question bi moo nekk ne yéen seen parti bi fu mu nekk nii ndax ñitti dinañ óoluwati parti bi because tey Bathily ëllëg Lamin Bojang gannaaw ëllëg keneen ndax léegi su demee dugga beneen parti yéen kooku du yóbbu seen ay supporters parce que gis nañ ne bu mu starté ees ñu bari doon wax ne he is a gentleman nekk na koo xam ne ku mun waxam la barki Dembo Ndiaye interview naa ko si suñ studio bi Gambian Talents TV wax na lu rafet si yow ne yow good brother am nga xamalul la dara lu bon kon yow tey soo toogee ne he is a dishonest person nga wax loolu si moom te yéen a toogoon ngeen embrace ko yéen a toogoon wax lu rafet si moom foogu leen ne we need a better Gambia than the Gambia we are having today di defante thank you.
Action lady kontaan naa si sa question bi. Action lady kontaan naa si sa question bi. GAP led government du dee tufle mu lig ko gis nga ñun gor leen ñun musuñoo dem ñu di femo staying xam nga ñëw ma fii ma indi out of secrecy su ma génn fi out of secrecy dafa dinaa ñaaw kenn musuta wax lu bon si général Bojang kenn dem naa last week Sunday Sadio dem naa si seen network ma defend ko to the core ele Ker Fatou dina publish but def na interview on Monday ma defend to the core ma dem Star FM ma defend to the core ma dem fu nekk ma defend ko to the core ma wax lu baax si moom man du ma day jaay nit de man góor la man am naa pas hungry General Bojang ku baax la bo General Bojang moo dem mu wax lu bon about the party ne den ko accuse yow nga def sa liggéey nga dem gars yi jël sa karab-karab ñu xamu si dara si loolu karab-karab boobu gars yi senal ko si man leen ko njëkkaas on the 7th dama nekk witness suma goro Hisham is a big businessman he has a pepper factory at Bori Gassem he was driving me maag suma press secretary dañ egga si Bori Sosa Siko bu nekk si stadium bi buñ ma ko senalee ñun si we have an intelligence around all over the world buñ ko gisee rek gars yi seen ko kenn ñëw si group chat bi called Gambia Action Party I was on the group chat watching kooku mu ne I want to talk to the executive immediately we have proofs ma tiit ma call ko mu ne ko Toma mu ne wa si sarawule mu ne gis loo lu happen ma ne lu happen mu ne sum flag biyaare bi picture am lañ ñëw ma ne ban façon picture mu ne xaar ma senal ko mu sel ma xool picture bi waa ma vidéo bi de picture bi dama yuuxu dama tiit ma yuuxu kii ak driver bi gaa taw li ma ne noonu suma xel bi moo dem fenas mun ma compte ma ne yóbbu ma suma kër the drop in the house immediately ma call ko ma ne am na ku ma senal picture de so xaar ma senal la ko an ku ma ko sen mu ngi London ma sen ko number proven record mu ngi fi si saas mu ne waaw gaa senal na ma ko si saas mu ne gaa senal na ma ko ma ne ko now how can we do forward because tey du ma mun a génn noonu laa toog suma kër couple hours later I want you guys to listen me attentively because this is something is very important couple hours later guys send ma video bi ma xool video bi ma gis casam bi ma xooluma ko ma send ko to moom ma I drove to his house with my PRD mu call ma mu nekk gars dañ ko bëgg a expose to Paradise TV Haruna is downstairs he can be my witness mu ne ma please do you have any connection on the media that they can stop not expose ma ne ba mire mu ne Paradise ma ne my brother is there let me speak to him and I spoke to Haruna said he received the video too ma ne ko please don't expose it they want to defame his character yaa ma dégga su fekkee ne I'm involved man if I'm involved I'm not scared if any part of the executive we're not scared are you with us so madam si këram we spent 2 hours maa ngi communicate with him every day I talk to him I said how can we do this them now to the point the video was circulated one of my top brothers in the US mu ne gis na bio bi ma ne ko your IT specialist screen the video he screened the video he called me he said tell your flag to resign I said what happened he said no I'm not going to tell you anything ma wax ko ma ne ko if it was Bachili Gaynde Njaay su nekkee Bachili la dama resign immediately whether it's true or not true because the severe of this allegation suma awra aduna bi gis ko suma jabar rek moo ko war a gis ak suma jabar yi du suma jànga du kenn aduna bi gis suma ar su nekk dëgg la wala nekku dëgg suma ces sa suma nit war a gis suma ces nit yëpp ci suma ces ñu gis ko man dama resign man am naa pas hungry man so if he thinks moo wax ne tops man bëgguma dugg si detail because we believe oath of secrecy but all this allegation by General Bojang is baseless and General Bojang dama ko wax mu bàyyi si xelam action lady that nit we're not in the area of blaming games we are in the area of what accountability and responsibility a good leader if you have those Mansuma smear campaign I even went to my lawyer if there is any criminal act in that smear campaign I will resign immediately I'm not hungry.
But some question we answer.
Answer question.
Because money, two wrongs cannot make right.
Wow.
So General Bojang dafa dem wrong or dafa fault. For as a party, waroon ngeen a mun a biya because yéen a toogoon ngeen da ngeen ko seet ba seetaat xam ne moom moo fit ku amee position boobu. ko doon génne si parti boobu di ko expel yéen si seen bopp waroon ngeen a mun a bañ a def ni nu mel noonu because tey keneen su bëggee ñëw si seen parti dina xalaat ndax man su ma ñëwee lu mel nii su ma dalutee ndax gars yi duñ ko wanee comme ni nga ko waxee ñu ne ku nekk si bu gudda mu ngi si bu gaata ndax keneen su bokkee seen parti dara su ne bépp yéen ay génn da ngeen ko expel
su fekkee ne sa boss bu nekk America xam nga maanaam we don't have a good time but he's a good brother. When it comes to objectively, our mom good time. Subjectively, but objectively, we have good time. Sa boss, mu ngi def si Facebook live, mu ne Bojang warta blame Gap. Su fekkee read nga ko, sa coach warlo ma laaj. Ñun daahum Bojang because of the nude picture de. Ñun daahum Bojang because of den dah Bojang dafa saga Gap.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
O mema tuuti.
Two wrongs cannot make a right.
Okay, su saga Gap.
Yéen dafa saaga, yéen ngeen am more experience than him.
Di-
Foofu leen ne yéen ngeen bàyyoon ko noonu, oo ko, ne ko leadership warut a demee nii, because ñun ñëpp ñu ne ñu gam.
Ku nga xam ne
Dafa war a
yow
helpante.
ku nga xam ne mu ñëw mu plead with us for 48 hours. Are you with me?
Yes.
He pleaded with us for 48 hours. Ne ngir Yàlla dama bugg a def embedded evidence and I come and tender it. 48 hours. 48 hours dafa war a jeex Demba balaa muy in the press conference. Are you, if we are in the right mind, if I pleaded for 48 hours, dama war a complete 48 hours bi ma ñëw toogaa ñun tey Wednesday ma indi suma tender ma ne ko man Bathily lii moo fi nekka. Comprends nga yow sa 48 hours mutut nga dem press conference nga start to accuse the party. The party has a supreme body. It's the Khomeini. The constitution is the Khomeini of Gap. We don't play with that. We take you out even if it's Bathily. Kaddu mooy important. Kaddu mooy important. Kaddu am mu ne ñu bàyyi ko ngir Yàlla for 40 years ñu may ko loolu so égloo sa kaddu nga ne da ngaa in the area of blaming games. A real leadership, a true leadership dafa take accountability and transparency and what responsibility. Loolu rek laa laaj action lady. Sa boss sax mu ne bëggut Gap de. He's not supporting Gap de. Sa boss.
And he's not supporting any party as
No, listen, dama la bëgg a wax ma dafa but wax ma mu ngi support any party mu ne du support Gap de but Gap blaming game of General Bojang is baseless. Jërëjëf. Next.
Yes. Can we have please?
No, you may choose may now suma brother be. I like the way you progress in I don't know QTV or WSTV. Okay. QTV, go ahead, sir.
Sorry, madam.
Madam, sir.
In your statement, you did emphasize that Gap as a party, you respect due process. But Mr. Bojang claims that at the time you sent this press release to media houses, you did not serve him with any letter. All right? So my question is, did you as an executive, as a party, convey the party's decision to expel him from the party formally before you sent that press release?
Thank you so much. Brother, I like to your question. I have a witness. This guy drove. He drove to his house. He drove to his house, met him in his apartment, in his living room, with his wife, another lady, the wife's sister, tendered the resignation letter to him. He said he's not going to receive it. Does that answer your question? This Gap-led government is the next government. We believe in law and order. It's not Bathily. It's about the constitution of the party. The supreme book of the party says whoever accuse her, go. Starting from the head, which is Bathily. Thank you, sir.
Just a quick follow-up. In your press release, yes, you did say clear that he's expelled from the party. But my worry is talking about due process. You did not quote any section of your constitution to say this and this and these provisions in the constitution is what he's violated, and we are sacking you. Just for
Have you read the exposure letter?
Yep, I did.
The conduct. Did.
Yeah, I know you said conduct, but it's not.
Article 8 says it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Next.
Yeah. No, can I have, sorry. Can I have?
Thank you for giving me the chance. Yes, I am Amita Sawane, SMBC. So my question goes to Bathily. We all are aware of the accusations, that was levied on you and recently Mr. Bojang's issue. So looking at the party's perspective, do you guys actually have a belief that any political party out there will be ready to go in for coalition with you into the 2021 elections?
We are the roots of the political party. We are the roots. We are the roots. Gambian Action Party is the root of any political party here. We might register young, but we are, the mindset Operation Nyale Kabe Janja, we have the best positive mindset and positive good heart. And each and every political party in Gambia needs Gap. And we need them too. Gap is the root. for any development in this country. Thank you. Next.
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Bachili. We love that absolute confidence coming from you. You talked about showing solidarity to Mr. Bojang, which of course Mr. Bojang denied on Fatu Network. He said none of the executive called him. In fact, you drove to his house with Bayo, like you mentioned earlier on, but not to show solidarity to him. So at your party's perspective, or to your own perspective, what kind of solidarity was shown to him, which you said, but to Lamin Bojang, it wasn't solidarity at all. In fact, the solidarity that he received, it came from Gambians, but not from Gambia Action Party or its executives.
So, brother, if mine can recall, I took an interview with one of the most leading network in Gambia, Fatu Network. I spoke well about him. I have records on my phone that I talk to him every day. I told him I will stand with you, tell the truth, don't be scared. If that is not enough then, and I guess that's his opinion. But we stood and we will stand with him solidarity, despite the fact that we expel him from the party. He needs to service me personally, I'm there for him. I even told him that this Friday, inshallah, this Friday, if I'm feeling better, I will have lunch in his house. I'm urging him, if you are watching me, tell Madam, your beautiful wife, to cook lunch for us. And then executive will come and say hi to you. We love him, we don't hate him. He's the one who's having a different opinion about us. We clean. And if I want to recall, I will just give we have an audio leaked by Freedom Radio, Panderi. He said Bachili is an accomplished. Seriously. The man accused me. I have the video, but I'm not here to defame. I'm not here to stain. And the man is here to fight Bachili. You know, Bachili is a super kanja. If you look at him, you love him. I'm a threat to a lot of people who want to get power, thinking that I'm how you call it? I love power. If I was loving power, to be honest with you, he will never be a flag bearer. I'm competent. I can deliver, not academically. I travel around all over the world. I've sat with a lot of cartels. When I say cartels, people might think it's a negative. I'm talking about positive. Who knows the governance, how to rule the country. Now, when we empower, we bring the governing council system in the Gambia that will be the supreme Khomeini of the institution that will build this country for the betterment of the generation coming after us. Going back to you, Bojang, we love him. We stood with him solidarity. But, you know, Gab is an ozone. A cup of water from ozone will never reduce it. That's what I'm saying, brother. Thank you.
So the last question is related to your party. You spoke very highly of your political ambition and of course what the party has for the Gambia, which of course if anybody had, they would love to jump to Gambia Action Party immediately. So right now, looking at our political magnitude, I mean, Gambians has almost lost faith in most of the political parties. They don't need a political party that will be giving them a lot of promise. I think right now what the Gambians need is that the government who will save them from the dilemma and the confusion they are in right now. So you say 2021, inshallah, it's a Gambia Action Party. What sort of mechanisms do you have to accomplish that? I mean, looking at the nature of the party, we know it's a very young party, so 2021 is just at the corner.
The heart belongs to God. And to be a good leader, you have to show an example. I mean, a party can, let me use an example to our current president, who believed that he will be the president. And I believe in a council, don't belittle any party. God-led government has vision and mission for the country. Our socio-economic development is different from a lot of political parties. We are here to empower the youths, the women, the less privileged, and the children, starting with education, agriculture, energy. These are the things, and healthcare system. These are the backbones to develop a country. Going back, when you listen to my interviews, vividly, we are now power hungry. The first in history. In 55 years, separation powers come to the Gambian politics. You have Secretary General, party leader, you have a flag bearer, you have Deputy Secretary General. You know, we have separate powers. Combination of separate powers that means the party doesn't belong to us. Doesn't belong to one individual, it belongs to an entity, which is GAP. You understand? If it was power hungry, I invested a lot in this party. Recall from Jawara to Yaya Jammeh to all political parties, some political party that been here for 20-something years is one leader. I said, no, I don't want to be president. That's why we are different with all political parties. Separation of powers. Even Allah has separation of powers. He can do everything. But you have the angels, that's the ministers. You have the prophets, those are the ambassadors to mankind and jinn. So why should I come? I have the vision. I'm a kingmaker. I want to see youths. This is time for the youths to get up and handle their destiny. No disrespect to old people. It's high time for them to resign and give us their ideas and the advice and the experience they got for the youths to move on. That's all. Next.
Yeah, you can.
One more question.
Give them chance. If you want to ask up to 7 o'clock, I'm ready to answer any question. Yeah.
You keep emphasizing about how powerful the party is and God being the root of all political parties in the Gambia.
Say that again.
You keep emphasizing of how powerful your party is, and also you said you were doing a thorough screening. So now I want to know, where does the fate of the party lies and what is next for the party?
What you mean thorough screening? Like what? Can
I asked you earlier, does GAP make any decision about who is going to be the next flag bearer? You said you're doing a screening. So I'm asking, where does the fate lies and what is next for the party?
Okay. The fate lies, we are scouting. We have an intelligent, our body has PI intelligence, who scout for the most young, vibrant Gambians who love Gambia at heart. You see, let me use an example. People might say they love Gambia at heart. When the show comes to the north, they run away. So to lead is not an easy task. A leader, if you want to say quality of a leader, he must take responsibility. In 1965, Singapore, Japan, Malaysia, South Korea, China, our GDP was equal. C'est la même chose. Why are they leading us? You know why? Because of the leadership. That's why I said, GAP-led government, the first thing we will do is to set up an anti-corruption unit. If you want to develop your country, set up an anti-corruption unit. If Barrow government set an anti-corruption unit, you will see a difference. That's why I told Barrow, if Barrow want to succeed, let him call Bachili. I'm now working with him. We are working for the nation. If you see your leader fails, that means the whole entire nation fails. If Barrow fail, we all fail. If Barrow succeed, we succeed. And a true believer, you will never wish your other believer to fail. We are here to help him, political management. GAP-led government is not here to have a position. We don't need no position from him. If he lead us, if he need us, we'll give him political management for the betterment of the country. Thank you.
I have a question. Musa Yali Bachir.
Do wax so Olof. Because I'm not
parce que gis nañ ne ki nga xam ne moo nekk General Lamin Bojang bu mu ñëwee si politique bi, a lot of young people, especially jigéen ñi si social media, they were all like, they like the guy because lu mu wane la, understand nga. So all of a sudden léegi génne nañ ko si parti bi, expel ngeen ko. Su demee mu nekk si beneen parti, seen supporters yooyu noonu yëpp ñu dem si ñooñu, yéen ndax ragalu leen Musa Yali ki nga xam ne moo nekk General Lamin Bojang mu yóbbu seen supporters yu bari si another party?
am nga Supakadi. Who go buy? So GAP, like I told you, GAP ndox la. Mu neex la nga naan, mu naxare nga naan, mu neex la nga use ko. Ñun, we are not scared people going after him. We believe in our principles. If Gambian can listen, if Gambian ready for change, let them listen Operation Nyayele Kabe Janjang, meaning a mindset, positive mindset, and positive action lady. Positive good heart. Bepare man la wax xol bi yalla moko mom de te ñun our principle lo se maneka GAP is the root of the truth. Yalla moy dega te yalla dega rek la de help. So ñun we are based on dega. C'est dega bobu len gom ne xol bi yalla moko mom. Let's go to election even today. GAP will lead inshallah. So for him, people to follow him, like I told him in my press conference, in my statement here, whoever want to follow him, let him follow. That's free movement. That's pure more democratic. We will never stop anyone. But people are cross-carpeting to Gap every day. Prominent people who got voice. Ñu nga xam ne suñu waxee gaay toppa. Am na ñu nga xam ne sa ñun, if you want to defame, like, let me emphasize that I'm Action Lady. Bachili is not, I'm talking on behalf of me. Bachili is not a bojo guy. When I want to do my private investigation of this video, it takes me about 5 minutes and the truth will come out. Vividly.
But then are you sincere to your former flag bearer? It only take you 5 minutes. And koko munge wanda na yen yena ko gini. Legi to prove yourself, why not yen gini and when it's not you?
Ana degulo si bum sene si Facebook ne nyiti munge wa Benin. Cotonou. Mandamam audio with him saying that since when he was in Russia, since he was in Russia, those people were following him and those people were involved in voodoos. I don't want to get into details, man. Bojang is our Bojang, but Bojang bumlal gab de gab ndohlare soko lale in a negative way. Dafla lal. Soko lalut in a negative way, mumela jama. So boom lal gap. So buge lal gap bachili mulal ko sama fu maso masaga be election sama fu. But gap is an entity. Koko la reg in a negative way. Gap is a bully who come out in a negative way. We don't compromise when it comes to the betterment of country. Jerry Jeff.
Yes, I have this one quick question. You have been emphasizing about Okay, you have been emphasizing on or about the issue of gap is like ozone, 1 cup of water will actually do nothing to it. But people out there want to know when will that cup of water that is being taken from the ozone be returned. Most people would like to hear from this press briefing who is actually going to be the next flag bearer. So when will it take you to actually introduce a new flag bearer to your supporters?
Flag bearership is not supposed to be immediately known. We are the first in the history of Gambia. I want to speak one of you. Because we're not talking to international people, we are talking to the Gambians. So let's respect our language. We are Pan-African. So in the history of Gambia, political leaders, yep, they are the Secretary General, they are the party leader, automatically they are the flag bearer. In the history of Gambia, it started with GAP. So Purwanesung flag bearership, look, it's easy. If we see somebody that's competent, last time we didn't screen Bojang. I took the blame. The Mabuga will be a man majil blame. We don't scream him. Luther.
Then are you serious as a party? Here we are talking about a new Gambia.
Are you when somebody has a record, he has a clean record. We look at his record, but we don't look at his character.
But don't you think?
Can you listen to me? Let me finish.
Yeah, but then what? So I think it's also good because everybody want to hear you are serious as a party because you have a constitution and I believe so I'm a constitution. You men don't know what I said, so you put on a party leader. A party leader, Munga Kotana based on his education, based on his experience, based on his know-how, but nakanga check your character. Are we machine to check your character in your heart? Are we? We're not machine. We look at your CV. We look at the way you compose yourself. We look at the way you think about the war. And we believe. And lolo ta yonente bi sallallahu alaihi wasallam nit dang ko xam ci jukko ñetti jukko rek nga ko xam so liggéey mom so dekka mom so tukka mom real character bi mo ñew bo ñu liggéey mom ñu gis real character bi that's none of our concern dafa laal gap that's why we put aside bachelor su laal gap bachelor again Action Lady so bëgg laal gap too will stop you immediately, not even answer your question in a negative way. Jerejef. Next. Feel free, talk to us. And I'm going to question about visions, not about allegations. We need elevations. We don't need allegations. Allegation, in the elevator. I don't want to talk about Bojang, to be honest. We're done with him. In the party level, as a human being level, we love him. We need to be sensitizing our visions. Luñ halat, naka la ñoo defar Gambia bi, añ sa am ñu bari amuñ ko. In the same house. In the same house, nga gis parti moy millionnaire bi, Samba amu dara, Zainab mu fi, amuñ xaalis, parti di lekka ganaar ñu ngi suppose ñu ngi lekka ruy. Are we that? I want Gambia to unite. If one Gambia cry, xam nga lu tax ma like America, if one American citizen suma doom
suma dom suma jarabat ya moko becc fi mu ñew fi mu def to the American embassy den ko liab won ko 1 second. I want Gambia, the Gambiano, from the toilet to the living room to the bedroom to our houses, we see the Gambiano. You see, enlighten. Gis nga so enlighten, it brings what? Understanding. Understanding lu mo indi love. Love lu mo indi patient. Patient lu mo indi unity. Gambian, we are lacking of unity. Syndrome hasidiabi. Syndrome diyahante, di defante. Lol moy nega. Gambians are scared of new what? New visions. New ideas. Huh? Look at you, my brother. You are very intelligent. What's your skill?
I'm a videographer and a reporter.
Okay, I like that. But not the academically inclined. If I want to be a farmer, if I tell you to be, no. Get them sister passport, money you're supposed to be a farmer. They did the man come farmer, man graphic design. And the farmers are the rich. Without the farming sector, we cannot even feed. So let's Gambian turn a commercial farmers. You need to get farming system. So then you get farming system. I urge you to start farming sweet potato. Them all say bank be. If you can take a loan, I guarantee you. Get them 50 by 50. Nga start farming sweet potato. Irrigation canal. The irrigation farming. Nga start kundanka. Nga gum sabopa. In next 5 years, you are millionaire. I want all Gambians to be millionaire. Farming rek mo muna yobu. And government will give incentives to whole ever young youths. Yeah, farming, so many farming. The fishing is a farming. Rare cattle is a farming. All kind of things that you consume. Look at the watermelon. Watermelon has 15 products, 17 benefits. Google it. Ganus orange, ganus lemon, moringa. We are here. Raw material will be taken from us. New process in China. They resell it back to us. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks for giving me the chance. I think this press conference should be more of points where you will definitely. Sorry, my name is Buba Gajigo. I didn't introduce myself from Kerfatu. To prove yourself that Mr. Bojang, definitely laid some allegations on you. Indeed, the senior members of the, of course, Gambia Action Party, your executive senior members indeed. So how are you going to prove? We are not saying what you said in other platforms, radio stations or whatever you are saying here. How are you going to prove to Gambians that are watching right now? Remember, there are so many people watching. How are you going to prove to them that you were not part of this? You just mentioned this is also a follow-up. You said it will not take you even 5 minutes if you want to know the truth about this video. Then why does it take long? And you could not help your brother. You called him a brother, Mr. Bojang. Why didn't you help until this time?
Bojang did never allow me to help him. If he allows me, it takes us 5 minutes. Independent investigator will come. They screen him. Looking at the video, we screen him to prove his innocence or his guilt. Are you with me, my brother? My brother, I just make it easier for you. If an independent investigator's ready to screen this, it will take them 5 minutes. I'm nude. This is Bachili's chest. Bang, you see my private part up. It's very easy. Let me go call independent doctors. Compared to the video, they look at me, no, say, Yola, huh? No, your chest mark, Yola. That will be denied. So I don't want to get into his private life. The reason we expel him is the conduct of God, not his private life. Who's me to screen him? So if let him prove himself, I'm guilty, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. If we want to follow this, so it's none of my concern. But let him not touch God. I said, if it was Bachili, I would resign. That's the bold enough to be a real leader.
Can you prove these allegations wrong, please?
How can I prove this? Is this against us?
Yeah, of course, he mentions your name.
Mr. Bachili, and of course senior members. So you should prove him wrong that you didn't do it.
So are you urging me to prove him wrong?
Yeah, of course.
And let him prove himself wrong.
No,
let him cause an independent investigator. Let him screen him naked.
What I'm saying is...
Let him screen. No, if he's not...
Listen to my case. Probably you didn't understand what I'm saying.
No, you're not understanding what you're saying. What you're saying, you are telling me, sir. You are telling me, Bojang is accusing me. When this video was taken, was in there? When this picture was I there? The couch of Bojang is me who fabricated. Listen to me. You are cutting me off. Right? Bojang, if you ask I'll listen to his interview yesterday. I'm innocent, I'm innocent. If you are innocent, completely innocent, you know who you are. You know how your body looks like. Tell doctors to come and check you. Simple. No, I'm being scammed. It's not me. Let them video talks, call doctors there. If it was Bachili, and I know it's not me, I'm calling doctors, I bring independent witnesses, they call Masuma Kirby Magere Sumambuba Yetatin and Matau, Kakakak, no, Dumom, Kakakak Yola. That's what we call responsibility. So I answer your question now. It's up to you. When you accuse, we have no time of accusation. We have time of elevation.
Yes, I already get that.
Thank
What
you.
I'm saying is, this accusation, I guess you have to understand this. Gambians are listening. You people,
That's why I'm talking reality.
This is what I'm saying. You know, GAB is a political party, and you want to be voted in office, and definitely, probably, you want GAB to be of course, to form the next government of the Gambia. Now, I'm not saying you were there or you were standing there. Prove to Gambians that are watching that you never did this. This is what I'm saying. So I have other question, and the question is: first, it was you. You were accused here, and people were saying GAP is not a serious party. Definitely, social media everywhere they were saying this. Now, Lamin Bojang. You see, you mentioned a point saying that you did not even screen Mr. Bojang when he was coming. You did not even screen him. And though you take him as he was the right person for your flag bearer, how will you convince Gambian to trust you now as a political party to vote you in office 2021?
Brother, you're asking so much questions. No, I see. Don't rush. It's action. You know, if you want us to stay till 10 o'clock, I will answer you guys all. Mr. Gagigo, Bojang. When I spoke to him, I'm the first person spoke to Bojang. He gave me his CV. Okay. Do I know you? When you bring your CV, look, you're not convinced, but I'm telling you, listen to him attentively. If Bojang, we don't screen him, we trust, we believe in him. A concerned citizen, works for Yahya Jammeh for 22 years, never involved in anything. We are proud of him. Leadership is not about education. Leadership is about character. When we find out the character later on, as a leader, you don't accuse. As a leader, you don't go public TV, said, my people are behind this. When you were doing your thing, when somebody was photographing you, nobody was there. You went again and accused an independent guy who wanted to help you, called Mr. Senghor. He's the manager in Takaful. He accused him too. That guy is the one accomplishing with me to destroy his name. And he's contradicting himself again that he was dealing with Benin people. Records were there. So the man is not inconsistent. He say A today, tomorrow is B. Now we start realizing a leader don't say A and tomorrow you say B. But Chile, everybody knows 1 year, 7 months, my interview, I'm always consistent. When I say A, it's A. You understand? So I'm not here. I'm not the one who's accused. He's the one who's been accused all over. My video was not sent all over the world. His video was now they're blaming Bachili when I was helping him, when we stood in solidarity with him, when we said ready. Even day before yesterday, my younger sister was watching my interview in Fatu Network. He said, look, big brother, he said, I like the way you protect Bojang. Tell him to come to vividly on air and take accountability and responsibility and let him move on. A little down, she's about 23. Bojang is playing mind game with us. When I say us, I'm saying Gambian. A responsible leader, if this happen, come out and say, you know what, whether it's true or not, I'm resigning from my position until further investigation. Waktu bari, blame fee, yo la mansuma pa mune, who they blame soon they may investigate, that's him. And believe me, I'm giving him ultimatum now. If you believe you are not in that video, call doctors. Out of secret, they sign, let them screen you and compare with that video, whether it's you or not. If it's not you, I will resign from this position and say, come, you lead us in all kind of form, and we'll support you. Don't talk. Don't talk. I'm urging him to respect himself. Don't blame nobody. Blame yourself. Me, if it was Bachili, I'll call doctors now and call each region. I'm not saying each region in Gambia. We call President Kabilo. Each region from who fear Allah, they bring them with doctors. They look at my private part. They look whatever is shown in my body compared to the video. If it's me, I resign. If it's not me, they come out. That's what we call a bold leader. Not yappy, blame game, take killer, ganawalingane king, gana benin, lolo yabatela. Please, go ahead, next.
You haven't answered my second question.
Well, what's your second question? I didn't hear your second question.
The question was, first it was you, second now is Lamin Bojang.
When it comes to money.
No, I'm not talking about money. You have to listen to the question maybe so that you understand what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is first it was you, second is Lamin Bojang. Remember, Gambians, you are working towards Gambians so that they can vote for you come 2021, so that you can form the next government. What I'm saying is, how are you going to convince them to vote for you after you involved in this now is Lamin Bojang? How are you going to convince them?
Can you, what am I involved? Am I involved in criminal activities?
Well, Mr. Boja, no, I'm not here to answer questions. I am only here to ask you.
You said
so
I'm
if
involved. Mr. Journalist,
no, just listen to my question. Probably you don't understand. You cannot answer. You have to listen. Let me finish asking the question. What I'm saying is, you were going to court. You can remember that, and this was all over in the Gambia here. I think even small kids there were aware of it. What I'm saying is, you were involved in that, whether it's criminal, not criminal, but you were involved. Now this is Mr. Boja, and you want to be the president. You want to form the next presidency in the Gambia here. How are you going to convince Gambians to vote for you? This is the question.
Am I above law? Am I above
That's
law?
not the question. How are you going to convince Gambians?
You said I went to court. Did I go to court voluntarily? Somebody accused me, saying that I owe him. I don't want to pay him. He caught me, civil court. Am I above the law? Am I above the law? How many presidents are in the world now facing court problem? Am I above the law? That means if I'm above the law, then I'm a dictator then. Each and everybody, the Supreme Book of the Constitution of Gambia, if the court calls me, if somebody goes and said, Bachili, you owe me, you failed to pay me, or you delayed to pay me, I'm taking to court, I will answer the court. I'm not above the court, because I believe in law and order. My brother, if going to court will never make us to be president, then a lot of people will never be a president, man. If money issue gonna make us not to be president, starting from you, man. Everybody has a little, we all have that directly and indirectly. So, brother, it's not about money issue. What I'm scared of, if this nudity picture was Bachili, or somebody came that I slept with somebody's wife, or I duped somebody criminal, I resign. I'm a responsible person, man. Next.
Yes, I just want to take it from him. You know, ñu ngi si New Gambia. Wax nga si sa statement ne amul kenn koo xam ne amel nit xaalis or whatsoever. We have seen leaders. You mel ni Halifa Sallah, let's say. You have seen other leaders yoo xam ne ñu ngi si biir dëkk bi. You know, people bëgguñ def the same mistake yuñ fi defoon. Accuse nañ fi ñu bari ñoo xam ne wax nañ ne fituñ ku nekk suñ président. Honorable Bachili, here ñu ngi waxtaane about kuy nekk next president war a jógee si sa parti comme ni mu ko waxee dëgg neexul dëgg kaani la. Fu mu nekk nii ñu ngi si New Gambia ñun dañ fi ñëw ku laajte leen ay question not ku argue or anything but seen parti bi bii nekkut first nekkut second nekkut third all the time gap definitely yóbbu neen kii police yóbbu neen lele ñiti fu mu nekk nii nekkatuñ si that era boo xam ne it's about blaming games and the other thing ma dégg la nga wax use nga the issue of cheer ñeena yi ñu ngi comment on social media di wax ne you are just somebody koo xam ne danga dee create drama ndax yow soo nekkee président nii nga ñoo créer drama ba nga génn si sa difficulty si nga nekka
This man again, Fatali Media, we need a seasonal journalist. Due respect to all, we need a seasonal journalist who have a vision and mission for the betterment of the country. Yo man suma pare ma screen la ma bugala action lady. Sumala, if I'm a senior journalist, but buguma compete with you. When I start asking question, dinga nala laj nga xamne da nga tit. But luma mema gis nga man ñu ñëwuñ fi pour how you call it personal gains here. In the world, the richest, the most powerful president, he owes. The most powerful president, he owes. If Gambian journalists are keep emphasizing of owing money, oh man, when we empower, we're gonna empower you guys to be more seasonal, man. Ask us vision that we have for the country. Yala bunga hamne, mema, yala bunga hamne, yala bunga hamne, yala. Oh, before I was born, Allah said people owe. The Quran is older than you, older than the mankind. He said people owe, people do transaction, and people owe. When I'm doing my transaction, when I'm doing my trade, when I'm doing and I owe, and they don't want to wait, they take me court, I will answer the court. So why people are going to my personal life? Ask me visions.
Mr. Ashley, sorry, I don't have a question, but I just have a comment. You see, when it comes to politics and holding public office, I don't think there's anything called personal life. And yes, we might not be seasonal and all of that, but we are here today. Go to the front pages of every newspaper and look at the headline. We look at what is relevant. And today we are not here to talk about the visions and missions of GAP. We're here to talk about the leading story today on the newspapers, which is Lamin Bojang has been sacked, there's been nude photos. That is why we are here. So we have to look at the relevance.
Nude picture, is it actually nude picture?
It is not.
Did I come here for talk about somebody's privacy? Somebody accuse us.
We have to look at the relevance of the
somebody
story.
accuse us. Somebody accuse us. Accuse the party of circulating his nudity, which is blatantly false and lie. Completely untrue. If he said it's innocent, he believes it's innocency. Why won't you call an independent doctors with this and come and prove him?
That same person accused you. That is why we are saying,
how can the same person, I think it's psychological something.
Then that's it, but we cannot be sitting here, you call us for a press conference and tell us we are not seasonal.
No, but what I'm saying, Sergio, I have said it many times, and we keep repeating many times. I said, I'm not here to talk about somebody. He accused us, and we debated different household. He said we the one circulating her video, especially top member. He mentioned my name. To him, he accused me. He put a false allegation against me. He has a psychological problem. When he comes to me, he said the Benin people are the one who tapped him. We've proven. We have videos. We have text messages sending to me. He said, brother, they want to destroy me. I said, who? He said, Benin. He even told me he started from Russia. But these people are voodoo people. Then I looked at him like this. I said, whoa, voodoo? I kept quiet. I have proof. So now, if that same person coming again says not Benin, it's the executive member who's circulating his videos to his family. I don't even have his family numbers.
Yes, let me just come in.
I don't even have his. Let me continue and come. I don't even have his family numbers. I don't even know how he works it. This man, we have respect for him, but let him not touch GAP. If he touch GAP, GAP will call an independent game. Let's screen him. And when we screen him, it's gonna be ugly. That's all. So let him stay away from GAP. Go ahead, madam. You've been raising your hand.
Okay, code and uncoded. You said the purpose of this press conference is to engage the media fraternity about the issues surrounding the mighty Gambian Action Party that will give the first-hand information to the general public without any doubt or side talks. So we as journalists, we are asking, we are not assuming that you were there or not. So what is you as a party standing for, and what do you want we the media to tell the people that are listening to you?
Okay, now we want you the media.
Okay.
I put an emphasis. Let me put my glasses up. You guys look at my eyes. You guys as a seasonal journalist, I want you guys to be like more than CNN and BBC and Al Jazeera. Let Honorable Bojang stop accusing Gambia Action Party. Let him take his own responsibility. And we Gambian Action Party now, as an executive member, senior is Bachili, if he believe himself, I'll pay an independent investigator by calling doctors and IT specialist. Now, I don't want to go, I will go. If he trusts himself that he's clean, now he accuses us to prove us innocency. To prove us innocency. Now, I'll pay an independent doctor with independent IT, looking at the video, let him be naked in his own room. People who fear God. You understand? They look at his body. If that body linked to the video, that's him. If he doesn't link to the video, the whole Gambia will love him and be the president. This is our stand now. The game is over.
So that is what you guys are...
No, he's accusing us. I was trying to be, if he believed himself, I repeat again, if the man believes he's innocent, like he claimed, now GAP Action Party, he accuses us. I will talk on behalf of all my executive that we urge him, Gambia Action Party will pay any concerned, responsible, indivisible investigators with doctors who knows body. They look and let him be screened. His private part and his chest was shown. Let doctor come and prove that's him or not by looking at the video. If he happens to be innocent, that's what I want. May Allah make him innocent. But if happens to be guilt, then Gambia will talk that Bachili is no gun player. Executive Bachili are not gun player. GAP is serious. Now, if Bojang was here and I accuse Bojang, and Bojang says this, by the time he finished his investigation, I will pay my own and call the whole entire Gambian doctors who fear God. Let them come out, go to my house, dina neka 39. Suma private part be suneka lo moneka si video be. They will know. Suma chest be because he was touching his nipple. And they look at the fingers. They screen it with IT. If it's him, that means he has no trust to be a leader in the Gambia. If it's not him, we will vote for him. Are you satisfied now? That's nothing else. If he accused, now we'll defend GAP. We said, if you know you are honest, let's go to the doctors. And we call independent IT. They screen the video to the big screen. Doctors are there, no hidden sight. Only men, let him be naked. We look at his private part, we look at his chest. If it's connected, I'll walk away. If it's not connected, I'll be the first person who will stand for him in the whole entire world that this man is the most honest human being on earth. They have screened him. Bachil will resign from politics and I give the whole entire GAP with the executive team, read the whole Gambia vote for him. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Final question. Yang wax ne yow pare nga as a party ku ngeen fay ay noos ma ay ñi nga xam ñoo mëna sét lolu honorable Lamin Bojang la so ma don latte yow ñu bari ñu ne yaangi amel ñiti ay bor bala nga xalaat ku fay naka lañ ko waxé naka la Lamin Bojang ku ñu xam ndax mom la na du mom how about nga fay sa bor yi so ndax am nga bor na amulo bor we want to know.
You understand? Now you yama like ne. This no dama like ne. Ki moma accuse, especially Bachili. Mune man ma ya haturam. Man ma jël picture di ko circulate. Are you guys with me, journalists? Mu ya suma tour. Defamation of character. You understand? Suma amel bi. Lolu bala yuta am nga bor. Topoto sa on board bi. Bala ko nga xamne mu nga ya suma tour. Mané dama call doctor. Which is more important? Somebody vale wedumako. Amel nala fay. Ma nge fay. Xam nga wedumako. Ki mu ne wedi nako. Mu tek ko ci kaw man. Bos boy def sa sukur sakara nekuma fa. You understand? Then mané legi ya ma push. Mané legi so ole sa bopa. Then da nga set Bachili nga accuse ko ak GAP ñu ne legi ñu nge call doctor. At independent people who are IT members, they know whether you are honest or not. If you are honest, the whole Gambia will vote for him. I know that 90% will vote for him. If you're not honest, that's the end of you. Yo, action lady, this is what I have to tell you. Bachili is like that since when I was kid. This way I'm over energy. And I'm telling you today, normal heart of human beings is between 250 and 300. Google it right now. Mine is 700. It's called the blue whale heart. When I was in Canada and London, 2 doctors saw it. They thought something happened to me. You know what they said? One doctor in Canada said, over 25 years of his game, I'm the second person with that heart. I take more hit than Hitler. So to me now, seasonal journalist, I'm proud of you guys, man. I'm proud of you. But what I'm saying, if Bojang said we accused, let me set mom the first said, Sajo, I'm gonna sue my sister be. Sajo, my younger sister, her name is Sajo, but they call her Sajo family internally, but her real name is Aisha. Her name is Sajo. But now, Sajo, you accuse me. I'm ready to pay doctors, independent IT, to help you. If it was Bachili, if it was Bachili, and then he was accusing me and Bachili, I'll do it to prove him wrong. Let him be naked, call doctors, we pay. And I must be there because you accuse God. 3 seniors, not female, not female, but senior males will be there with doctors screen. I swear by Allah, if he's proven innocent, I'm going to be his slave till end of time. But if he prove wrong, we forgive him and let him be. I'm urging you, if you show you are, let the whole wide world, let's call doctors all wide, prove your innocency. That's what we call responsibility, accountability, transparency, and you are a leader. And then, until then, don't touch Gap, please. Leave us alone. We are family. We respect you. And worldwide, kung am na hell, muy gëstu mu am hikma lu ma wax mooy dëgga mu screen wele xam nga doubt la li du moom li bosam la du bosam yaa moom sa bos bi yaa moom sa chest bi ola docteur bi ñu screen ko. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is the best interview so far, right? Thank you.
Yeah, well, we want to thank you everyone for coming. Just want to close. Can we close it down because it's normal procedure? We want to thank you, thank the media houses for really showing up today, and I hope all of your questions and doubts have been answered. And it's bye for us for now, and we wish you all the best of luck. Thank you. So
I want to say something. I'm the man for Sumo Bopa. I'm not medical well, seriously. This past day, Sumayra Muma Sona Torop. So I even went to see my doctor today. And then they prescribed some heavy drugs for me. Some of the drugs are not even available here. I have to call international, let them ship it to me. And I want you guys to pray for me. I love Gambia wholeheartedly. I swear I love Gambia wholeheartedly. I don't play games. I don't play games. I do games. I don't play, we do game for the betterment of the country. I love y'all, man.
The general, whose alleged nude video was circulating online, said he was a victim of scammers and conspirators who targeted him to tarnish his image and by extension his growing political career. He added,